You're about to see one of the tidiest camp setups I've ever witnessed. My name's Alex Garner and you're watching Intense. Mate.
Hey Alex.
How's that for service? Everyone say hello to Jimmy from Grab Me Gear.
How you going?
We've been camping out here last night and filming all day. Now it's time to sit back with some red cans and have a bit of a chat about your camping setup.
Sounds good, mate.
So let's crack it.
Cool.
Oh, it's music.
Cheers.
So Jimmy, tell us your darkest fears.
Purple unicorns.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Any other colour but purple, I just can't handle them.
I was expecting maybe something like messy camp setups, but mate, purple unicorns. If I saw any unicorn, I'd be wondering what sort of mushrooms was that I picked earlier. Those of you that are familiar with the Perth camping sort of scene might have seen Jimmy kicking around the traps. He's the bloke behind Grab Me Gear.
That's it.
Yeah, so we're going to find out, first of all, what got you into camping, Jimmy? How long have you been into it? When did you first go camping?
First went camping as a kid. I don't know how old I was.
Yep.
But we used to go, I was in Sydney in some lakes, just a couple of hours north of Sydney.
Yep.
And we'd regularly go there once a year, big meet up with all the families and get together. So.
Oh, nice. So there'd be some strong family memories behind camping for you.
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I think that's something a lot of the people will be able to relate to actually, because it was definitely the case for me.
Good times.
So you grew up in Sydney?
Yes.
And came over to WA a bit later in life?
Yeah, so came over here in 2005 to live.
Yep.
And get married. So my wife's from WA.
Yep.
And but met her overseas. So
yeah, did you get straight into camping when you came to WA?
We actually we'd come here a couple of years earlier.
Yep.
She was doing the cell job on me, and fortunately we got to drive up to the Kimberley. Yeah, she was born up in Wyndham, and we did the southwest as well. So
yeah. She did a good job selling you.
She did a very good job.
That's two polar opposites of WA, the
That's
two
right.
perfect best spots.
Yeah, we got to drive to Sydney from WA, and then when we came from Sydney, we drove across the top to get to WA.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
You're not a stranger to camping then?
No.
Yeah. No. If I look like I'm moving closer to Jimmy, it's nothing sus. I just had to get up and do something else. I'll let you think into what that might have been. So, you've got a passion for gear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bit of a gear junkie. Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about what Grab Me Gear is, where it started, and sort of where it's travelling. What your vision is for it.
Yeah. Okay. So it started just doing stuff for us, so particularly after my son was born and we're getting back into camping as a family.
Yep.
Whole new ball game.
Yeah, okay.
Whole new ball game, and gear just exploded.
Yeah, so the cheap Kmart tent and a chair and an esky wasn't enough anymore.
No, that's it. You couldn't just decide on the spur of the moment. So and I wanted to keep going camping. I thought this has got to get simpler and easier, so just started making up little kits, little stuff, so in our tubs and things, so it was just all ready to go.
Yeah.
And then started to make things out of, get canvas bags made and stuff to keep making it easier.
Yep.
And was doing that for a while, and then the opportunity was coming up to change jobs, and I thought either keep doing what I've been doing for 20 years, or this is a chance if I want to do something different, have a go. Yep. This is the time. So I love playing with gear, and I really wanted to turn that passion into something. So
yeah, good. Mate, I'm too excited to just sit here and talk about it anymore. We're going to go straight to the back of Jimmy's Cruiser and have a talk about the setup. I said we were going to the back to have a look at the setup, but we better stop at the front on the way. While I don't touch too heavily on modifications in the vehicle in these videos, we better talk about what it is. So Toyota Landcruiser, we've got that much.
Yes.
What year is it?
2000 standard 105 1HZ, so pretty much as bog standard as you can get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice, reliable diesel.
Love it. Love it. Vinyl, easy, just, you know, coils all around,
Yep.
live axles, dual tanks already,
Yep.
set up for dual batteries, so out of the box, just what you need.
Yeah. It'll get you up most tracks quite happily.
Yeah.
Reliable. Simple. Nice. Show us what's behind those barn doors, buddy.
Sure, mate. Love the barn doors.
First, immediately obvious thing, jealousy over how far the small barn door opens. GU Patrols don't do that.
It's gold.
Here we go. Mate, it looks so pristine.
It's okay. It's okay. It's getting there, you know.
Tell us what we've got here. It's obviously custom drawer setup.
Yes, custom drawer setup built by Jeff at Mild to Wild for us.
Jeff.
So, yep. So it's been a bit of an experiment doing a design like this and working through it. So
Yep.
yeah, it's been good.
You've got your fridge.
Yeah, so we've got the fridge, a slide-out table there, which I can show you.
Yep.
We've got a drawer here for all our everyday kind of bits and pieces. I call it my OCD drawer.
Yep.
We've got tools in here, more like camp tools, axes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like the kitchen pantry. So we've got, two of these bags here for all of our food. And
Yep.
this is full of cooking gear.
Yep.
This is more car stuff, so tools and jack and
Stuff you've just
all
got
that
to
kind
have.
of stuff.
Yeah.
We've got 2 jerry cans here.
Yep.
We've got 2 chairs that are tucked up behind there as well.
Right.
First aid kit. And then we've got a pouch here with all of headlamps and just general lights, camp lights.
Yep.
And then a little pouch here that has a fire lighter and a knife and stuff like that. So it's just all handy. And
All the knickknacks.
then a little drop down table.
So handy. Well, it looks really good when it's fully set up like a kitchen, so we'll do that in a moment. But you've obviously had this designed to fit jerry cans in it, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. So I had a old system in here before this that a mate built for us.
Yep.
It was a bit simpler, but in this design brought the jerry cans in.
Yeah.
Because we needed somewhere to have water. The kids are getting older and we couldn't put things at their feet anymore in the footwell. So.
Yeah, otherwise their knees would be up around their heads.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wise thinking.
Yeah.
So jerry can, there's the one you can see and there's a second one behind it, right?
Second one behind it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that serves all of your water needs for the car?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
Perfect.
Besides just the bottles we carry in the front, but I love the jerry cans. I like the fact that if something happens to one, you can easily replace it.
Yep.
Also, I like having setups where you can't always be with your car.
Yeah.
So if you go to a parks site and you need to have all your cooking or your gear away from the vehicle, you can just carry that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like the jerry cans, and they're just easy to fill up and then whack in the car.
And then just gravity fed through the little tap here, so you slide the jerry can out and you can go off the bottom of it.
Yeah, so big thanks to Sean, FJWA, for putting me onto these taps. They are an awesome tap.
So you talked about being able to take your jerry cans away from the vehicle, and that's kind of a lot of the theory behind the way you've set this up, isn't it? Like with your pantry up there. Pull the pantry bag down for us,
Sure.
because that's most of your kitchen essentials and food, right?
Yeah, so this one is the one at the front's designed for the stuff we need to access, when we're on the road. So it's got our coffee gear in here, it's got snacks in here, bickies, the general stuff you use when you're cooking.
Yep.
And then the one behind it is the food that I'm taking on that trip. So, put what needs to go in the fridge, and then the other stuff that doesn't need to go in the fridge goes in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you obviously created the bags to a size. They're kind of created for a standard four-wheel drive drawer, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
And then you've had Jeff design this whole thing around the dimensions of the bags. And
Yep.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's some good forward planning.
It's sweet.
Yeah.
Very happy with it. And then, you know, the thing I love about the bags is that you can take these inside at home, restock them with the stuff that you need, and then whack it back in there.
Yeah.
And then you always know you're ready to go.
Bit less messing around.
Yeah. Yeah, I find like when I'm by myself or with like mates, you know, but camping on my own in the vehicle, you know, you can do a lot of stuff out of the vehicle because we tend to go to places you can do that. But then when I'm with the family, you know, we might be with other people and you're all sort of doing stuff communally. So being able to pick stuff up and move it around is pretty handy.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have a camper trailer as well.
Yep.
So we can still use the same setup with saves it taking in a camper.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you guys off the tripod over there. We're going to come in close and have a look at some of these drawers. The OCD drawer, it's pretty sweet.
See how quickly you can...
You're just ready in a jiffy, mate.
That's it.
Bit of pruning. Man's been meaning to take out some pent-up energy all day.
Is private property.
Yes. And trees are made. Trees can be pruned. They do grow back, so don't get too sad.
That's it. All right, so this is my OCD drawer, which I love because it's just full of all the stuff that each time you go away and you think, oh, where's this or where's that? It's just a spot to keep all of that stuff so we know it's here. So it's full of things like, we use wipes, so it's a little toilet kit. If we've got to stop on the side of the road and do a 1 or 2, you got it covered. You know, headlamps, you want to get a fire going, you need sunscreen, bug protection, you know, any spare batteries and chargers, just all that kind of gear, water filter, all the bits and pieces, it's all in this drawer. So these are all our number 2 little GearMate pouches that we make. And of course we had them custom made to fit into that drawer, and it just makes it so easy. And particularly for the kids, like for their headlamps, they know where to go and find stuff, and it's right there. So this is my what I call my play drawer. So it's more my tools, but also little bushcrafty things that we like to play with. So you know, we've got our bush knife there, machete, we've got axe, actually got a couple of different types of saws, you know, just have your wire brush, got your mallet quickly, so whenever you need to bang in pegs, it's always on hand, sharpening tools, string, just all the general tools and things to play with. So
What's in the bottom drawer?
The bottom drawer?
Secrets.
Yeah, this is where a lot of the tools are, so more tools for the car.
Yeah.
Things we need quick access to, like pump for the footy.
Oh yeah.
All our cable ties.
Nice.
You know, if you need your multimeter, it's
Yep.
there.
Jack up there.
Jack, wheel brace.
You've
You know,
got
a big shifter when putting the trailer on.
got a pod.
Got a pod, and then yeah,
That's
of course,
tools in there,
Everything's
sockets and
broken down into pouches in there. So we find also if someone wants to borrow something,
yep.
it's easy. You can just come and grab it and go, there's the screwdrivers, and then hopefully they give you the whole thing back.
Yeah.
Rather than sometimes that one screwdriver doesn't come back.
Borrow the one screwdriver and it just ends up tossed in a footwell or something.
That's it. Plus you can just chuck them in the dirt while you're working on something.
Yeah.
And then they go back in here. So
that's a very comprehensive tool setup actually.
I used to have things, you know, packed in the packets that they came in.
Yep.
I mean, I've changed this drawer and lots of times.
Yep.
But moving everything to the pouches, I genuinely did save a ton of space.
Yeah.
And I've cut it down to what kind of works now.
Yeah.
And we also find carrying a aftermarket jack really handy, so I don't have to get to the factory one.
Yeah. which
Yeah,
is probably
little
stored
things
away
like
in the
that.
sides here somewhere, and now
Yeah,
really
that's
hard to
it.
get to with the standard, with this custom setup in it.
That's it. So that's more the reserve. So
Yeah. And
Yeah.
this one, is this your kitchen?
yes, that's the kitchen there. So
All right, we're going to go full kitchen setup. I'm going to shift that camera again, and it's really like, when it's set up, it's like a galley. It's really good.
kitchen mode is pretty easy. So
Alright.
first step, just pull the fridge out.
Yep.
There we go.
Fitted with the lock, undo the drawer for your table.
Yeah,
Another table.
drop that, and then we're done. So then just depends on what you need access to from there.
Yeah, so you've got your pantry in your bags up the top, and then this drawer here is the kitchen
Yeah,
sort of drawer.
that's it. So all of our cooking gear and stuff's in here.
Yeah, okay. So what do you choose to cook on? Are you a fire or a gas cooking man?
Oh, definitely fire if you have the choice.
Yeah.
So all the gear we've got is designed for cooking on the fire,
Yep.
but it equally works on gas as well. So when we do gas, we just simply go like a butane gas burner.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And that's your butane burner there.
This is it here. So yeah, it's just one of those companion ones. So it's a
Yep.
little heavier duty and works really well.
Yeah, usually sits over on that table.
Here, there, just sort of depends what we're doing, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. Good
Mix it up.
stuff. And then it's, like I said, it's like a galley kitchen. You fry a little bit here, you turn around and you cut some stuff up over here, and got your fridge there,
yeah.
rest your beer somewhere. It's
Well,
pretty neat.
that's what this little rail.
Well, sorry to interrupt your scheduled programming. The battery went flat on that. So we're back. We don't quite remember where we were. So we're going to move on to coffee, because everyone loves their coffee setups.
Cool.
How do you do it?
How do I do it? Pretty easy. So just get out the
Upside down cooker.
outside.
I always do that.
Whether it's upside down or not, doesn't matter. Lock it in, which
Bit of a twiddle with the gas
usually
can.
jiggles around. It's because I didn't
Didn't turn it off first.
So I use a little stovetop, and I try and get in the habit of each time I have a cuppa, I restock it so it's ready to go for next time. So each time I
right.
pull up, I don't have to set it up.
Yeah.
There's always water in there, coffee in there.
Nice.
It's ready to go.
Quick.
It's one of those things that can be a pain to do up front, but then when you pull up and you don't have to do it, all I've got to do, these little trivets are awesome.
Yep.
Just whack that on there, whack that on, turn it on, and
Yep.
that's done. So for me, these days I've played around with lots of stuff. I tend not to take milk away with me
Yep.
anymore. I just have the coffee black, and that's it.
Cool. If that floats your boat.
Yeah, and I carry powder milk if I really need it for something.
So we're only under the bonnet because that's where the auxiliary battery lives, and that's a part of the camping setup.
Yep.
No brand is immediately evident on the battery, but that doesn't matter so much as to the fact that it's 105 amp hours.
105 amp hours, deep cycle, just went with what the guy recommended.
Yep.
And half the price of what I was thinking, and it's worked really well for us. So.
Awesome. So a wet cell battery. Is there a reason for going wet cell over AGM?
AGM not good under the bonnet, so it's not really a battery for the engine bay. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, good old reliable thing, wet cells. And of course, we've got to have something to manage the charge between the two. So what device has that responsibility?
I don't know much about it. It is a Rolltronic, so apparently that's quite an old school, very simple setup.
Yep.
And it's been 100%. So I haven't had to do anything to it. One of the things I love about the 105 is that it comes with a space for the battery.
Yeah.
And it's worked really well. Just very simple, very easy. So.
Yeah, it looks like an old diode isolator actually. Yeah, nobody uses them anymore. Has it been on the vehicle since you got it?
It's been on since we got it. So
Cool.
We got it third hand, and I think it was a DEC vehicle at one stage and may have been put on originally, but yeah.
Yeah. And so this battery is responsible for powering your fridge and your light in the back.
Light in the back, that's right.
Yep. And how long does that usually get you?
So it totally depends on the temperature found. So in summer, it could maybe last till the afternoon.
Yep.
If we're in and out of it all day, parked up somewhere like this with no power to it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I used to take it for a run to sort of get it through to the next day. But then if you're out somewhere cold, it could last a few days. So,
yeah.
And then since we put the insulation on the back windows, that's made a big difference.
So there you go. That's a nice simple setup. Some people want to see the big flashy ones. Some people just want to see something nice and simple to get them out there. And now it's getting dark. It's 6:50.
Yep.
I reckon it's time we go and cook your favourite camping meal.
Sounds good to me. Yep.
Let's do it.
All right.
Black already, take it off. You'll have to excuse the setting. We're actually at a secret spot that Jimmy knows of, and secret means we're not telling, unfortunately for you. This nice little shack here, got a barbecue in the corner, just BYO gas bottle. Look, it's not the best position for filming, but Jimmy is cooking us dinner, his favourite meal. What do we got? He can't even take himself seriously.
That's right. Snaggers,
Yes.
or
Mystery bags.
mystery bags.
Yeah,
So I never heard that before, but that's what they are.
that one came straight from Harry Fire to Fork.
There we go, snaggers. Yeah.
Mystery bags. So mystery bags is Jimmy's favourite camp meal.
Yeah.
Another request from the last video, the first camp setup video that I did, was maybe you take their favourite meal and they show us how to cook it. So how do we cook a good snag, Jimmy?
We put them on something hot and we turn them.
Yep, cool.
And when I let them bubble,
Yep.
once they start bubbling for about a minute, I reckon they're done. They're boiled inside.
Okay,
That's my technical snag talk.
good. Straight from the man himself. We've also got something here that's not a mystery bag. What's this?
They are pork chops, nice big pork chops, and they have been rubbed in Harry's Fire to Fork hot spicy rub. So
Okay.
we'll see how we go with those tonight, see if we give the toilet a workout.
Yeah. Don't get too excited about the Fire to Fork spicy rub, because I don't think he's currently doing any. So you've got a bit of a rare commodity there.
There we go. The
Yeah.
other hot tip I'd love to add about snaggers is a little habit of mine is that my first night of camping, wherever I go, I always cook about an extra 6 snags, and then that's what I have for lunch or snacks, or
Yep.
I just love them.
Nice.
Yep.
That's Jimmy's camping hack, probably number 3.
That's it.
Mate, while we're here, there was a question that I asked Andrew previously. If you could only have if you could only have one alcoholic beverage for the rest of your life, beer, wine, rum, what would it be?
Beer.
Beer?
Beer.
A particular beer?
Uh,
We can narrow it down to, it doesn't have to be a brand, but is it a lager or a...
if I could only have one for the rest of my life, it would be stout.
Yep.
The thickest, heaviest, chunkiest, hard to swallow stout you can find.
Nice.
That's
So cold soup in a tin, that sort of stout.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, winter or summer. Yeah,
Yeah,
love
goes
it.
down a treat anytime.
Yep.
Morning coffees. How'd you sleep, mate?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, slept well.
You're trialling a new swag setup.
Yes, I am. Yeah. Just had a new swag made and loving it. So
Cool. We're going to have a look at that in a moment.
cool.
But while we sit down and enjoy these brews, we go a little bit interview time again and talk about your most difficult camping experience.
Most difficult. We've been pretty fortunate that we haven't had a lot of major stuff go wrong. It's just a few, the small stuff like when you first start camping with babies and they just scream all night, and not getting any sleep, and getting used to that. Once we were camped just before we were going to go over to Fraser Island, and we were in a rainforest, and it just absolutely bucketed down, and
proper Queensland rain.
Yeah, and then we just got through the night, and in the morning our little dome tent was just, everything was floating, and the mattress was just soaked through, and
Did you sleep at all?
Not much, no. Not much.
Sounds like you're lucky you didn't float away.
Yeah, yeah. So just stuff like that. The first time we took our camper trailer out that we bought second hand, and found it had all these leaks in it, and my wife was not happy. No. And the water was just dripping on my head, just right near the corner. But yeah, stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Did you just live with it, put up with it for that weekend, and fix them another time?
Yeah, just get through it, and you know, when that weekend it just bucketed down with rain, and we just had to load the kids in the car and just pack up everything just soaking wet, and just get drenched. And
sounds like you've had a few horrifically wet camping weekends.
I had a lot of wet weather. Yeah.
Did you take your kids camping from a very early age then?
Started with my son from about 2. I think it was almost 2 when we first went out, so we'd had a break for a bit, and then with my daughter, I think probably from about 6 months old, I think. So
wow, that's impressive. You can make a whole other video on Jimmy's tips for taking young kids camping, I reckon. Because a lot of people would be quite scared to take kids that young camping. Either, I don't know, because people are at home and maybe scared of taking a kid out of it. You were more scared of not going camping.
You're more scared of not going camping. I think that's the key. You just got to find a way to get through it. And, and it gets easier, and it's a great way of learning about gear for me, because we took so much stuff. So much that wasn't needed, but
So if you could go off the top of your head and fire one quick Jimmy's tip for taking young kids camping, what would it be?
Off the top, it's giving them freedom, I suppose, keeping them occupied. So when you get somewhere and you've got a set up camp, it's just having something for them to do. So you can get on and set up, and same when packing up. And for me, that's been letting them play with an axe or a knife or light fires. It's the best way to keep them entertained, and once you're comfortable, they're safe with it. They just love to have that freedom of getting to use that stuff, and
I can see the potential just for early life skills there.
Not everyone's cup of it works really well.
So some people are probably thinking, I couldn't put a knife in my kid's hands.
But
cut themselves to pieces. But you've obviously taught them right.
And they know it. They make some mistakes, but they just love that opportunity. So
What about favourite camping spot?
Favourite camping spot is actually where we are right now. This is a mate's farm, a couple of hours south of Perth. And I just love it here.
First time I've ever been here. Jimmy's just brought me along. We've got a river behind us here. Got a fresh spring up on the hill, feeding down to the little camp kitchen.
Beautiful.
It's
pretty good. And then I suppose my other favourite is somewhere I've never been before. So just love, things come up and you try somewhere new, or trips, and just discovering new places. That's what I really love, is not always going back to the same spot, just finding new places. So
spirit of adventure. Let's go take a look at your new swag, see how you sleep when you go camping.
Cool.
So this is the new swag.
Very excited about this. So.
Is it fully custom?
It's fully custom. So came up with the initial design, and then been working with someone to to make it up, and we're just tweaking and changing things as we go. So
Yep.
yeah, it's a bit of a prototype.
Yep. So you came up with the initial design
Yep.
and took it to a mate who sewed it all up
Yeah,
out of, is that 14-ounce canvas?
that is, yeah, that's actually a Brad Mill Australian canvas, that one.
Nice. It's very traditional, isn't it?
Yeah, I wanted to go back to that sort of basic, simple setup, not a lot of poles and things like that.
Yep.
I've camped a lot with just throwing the swag over my head without stringing it up, but
Yeah.
wanted something that you could either do that with, or you could hook it up to your car, or I've got the D-rings here so you can create a ridge line
Nice.
and tie it between trees. So
Keep it right up off yourself if you like that.
yeah, that's it. So
Yeah.
yep.
And so this is, you've mentioned you've got a camper trailer as well.
Yeah.
That you use for the family. So that's the family setup, and this is the solo setup.
This is a solo setup. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the Sea Gear multi-mat
Mhm.
underneath it. This is that the mat where the sand can only go one way.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you get sand on it, it goes through, but it doesn't come back up. So it'd be a pretty good one for beach camping.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we've just put a new little in the footwell, so it's got airflow that's coming through there,
Oh, yep.
and then it's got a mesh section at the top, and it's got a much larger hood than you'd normally have on most swags, and I really wanted that so you can black out if you want to, but
Yep.
camping, particularly down here in winter, it gets freezing, and any kind of draft you just freeze, so
Yeah,
being
you
able to
close
close that in.
Yeah. So you mentioned you just had the ventilation put in the foot.
Yeah.
So is this the same swag, and you just sort of took it back and changed up the
Yeah.
end design there?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep, same swag, just got cut out and yeah, changed over. So
Yeah, that's neat. That's so much nicer than I would have immediately assumed off the top of my head. That changed design in the footwell, so you scrapped the old swag and you built a new one with a foot thing in it. But no, that's really awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We'll shift that camera. Does it open up from this side?
It can do, just move the zips around, or at the moment it's opening from that side.
Oh, okay. We don't have to shift the camera. Let's
Yeah.
open it up and see how it is inside.
Cool. Just a simple double zip, and I always have to get up and go to the toilet during the night.
Yep.
So I just wanted something that I could zip and just slide out easy.
Yep.
And that's why I've gone away from a stretcher as well.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all about going to the toilets. So, just like a lot of swags, that just zips. And so you've got this big section here that you could store gear or just buffers it.
Yep.
And another cool feature that I really like, it's got a really big hood here.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can tuck your pillow in there and it'll stay in place.
Nice.
And it holds your mattress in. And then it's got a space at the back here as well. So I've got the headlamp in there. I keep a water bottle and my phone there.
Yep.
So it's just easy to access.
What sort of mattress do we have?
That's just that's a old mattress from an old swag at home. That's only very thin. It's only about
Feels like a 40 mil.
40.
maybe.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it. So I'm just playing with a few different options at the moment, looking at some hiking style mattresses to
Yep.
use in there as well,
Mm.
and just playing around with different options.
Yeah. Do you find the 40 mil comfortable enough at the moment?
No,
No. All right. Needs a little bit more.
it's enough, but I
It's
can
better than
feel the
being-
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's better than being on the ground, but
yeah.
yeah. And how about sleeping bag?
So at the moment, this is a AOS swag bag,
Yep.
and I don't actually get inside it. I just keep it zipped up and have it on top of me.
Straight
so
on the sheet with the sleeping bag on top.
yeah,
Is that your winter sleeping bag as well?
yeah, it's really
Keeps you warm
cozy.
enough.
Yeah, really cozy. It's good.
Nice. Good simple swag setup.
That's it. I'm thinking of going to just like a doona inside.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you roll this swag up with the bedding in it and everything?
Always have it ready to go. So
Yeah.
even the mat just folds over the top, and then roll the whole lot up. So
Yeah.
just roll it out, flip the mat, and it's done.
Nice. I did see him set it up the other day. It was very quick.
Yeah.
Because you literally just have to tie up the head, and then if you want to tie up the bottom if you're really fussy.
Yeah, that's it. You can leave that. That will be freestand if you want. So yeah.
While we're talking your sleeping quarters shelter, let's have a chat about what you use for shelter around the cruiser and awnings and
Sure.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got something very special that I guarantee you've never seen before because it's custom.
That's it.
How does it work? Show us your mystery awning.
All right, cool. So basically, once you undo the latch that holds it in place, just slide it back. Whoop. Then drop down the legs.
Why can't I? I'm grabbing the wrong bit. I know how to set up an awning, I swear.
And that's it. Then you can just bring it back a bit further if you want to. But that's it basically.
That's not bad, is it? So what do we call this thing, Jimmy?
I'm calling it the Stiffy. So
Nice.
It's a new breed of hard-on.
Oh, I just handled your hard on.
That's it.
Hard on, obviously short for hard awning.
Yep.
So it's you've pinched the legs off some other awning, obviously.
Just took the old awning that we had on the side,
Yep.
and stole the sail rail and the legs from that, and it's designed so then you can just pull that out and then open this up, and got access to all our main stuff in here.
All right. What's the top made of?
It's a aluminium composite. It's what's used mainly for signage, and it's really thin layers of aluminium with a composite in between.
Nice.
So 4 mil thick.
Yeah. And we've already discussed how brilliant this would be if it was like a hard solar panel as well.
Yeah, that's another option.
Yeah.
Version 2, love to either get a panel on top or
Yeah.
and then the other main piece to it is this is the old side wall from the awning.
Yep.
Well, it was the actual awning, and you can just thread that through, and eventually I'd love to get a custom custom canvas walls made up, so you just loop them through and you can shelter this whole area. So if it's in rain or heavy wind or sun, you can just block this all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you want some lights, just got these little ones here that
Oh yeah.
stick on.
Gives you a light over your cooking area.
Yeah.
That's a bit flash, isn't it? What else do you use for shelter while you're camping?
When we go away with the family, we generally take a 4.5 by 3 gazebo.
Nice big one.
Yeah, and that's really good for groups.
Yep.
So you've got people that don't have shelter, and then sometimes we can just string up a tarp as well. So.
Yeah. I've become quite a fan of the carrying up on the top there a big gazebo. I use a 3x3 metre one.
Yeah.
But rather than it being attached to your car like an awning, I quite enjoy the fact that I can set it up and stand it up anywhere.
Yeah.
And then I can even use it like a carport almost. So have the 3x3 and just reverse the car up to it.
That's it. You can move it around, or you put it over a picnic bench or something like that as well. Or you just got more options, I think. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your shelter. I was also going to ask you before with the swag.
Yeah.
Where do you keep all your clothes? There's not enough space in the swag for clothes.
I'm quite excited where I keep my clothes now. I'll show you.
Okay. Okay. I hope nothing's going to happen to me.
All right, so for me being me, I always like to be ready to go and set up for any season as well. So I have the clothes that I put on in the house, and then in here I know I've always got every clothing that I need for summer or winter. So this is just general clothes, and then this is full of like dry as a bone and warm gear, so if it gets cold and wet, and that's it. So I got everything I need.
Show us your rack, Jimmy.
All right, mate. These are two little bags that just make things a little easier getting out there. So, the standard 4-foot folding tables you get from Officeworks or Bunnings.
Oh, the plastic ones that fold in half.
Plastic ones, yep. So when need extra table space or with the family, this is designed so you just undo these hooks.
Yep.
Open her up. And then you just slide the table out, and the bag stays there.
Yep.
So then when you pack it away, you just slide it back in, do it up, and it's done. So it's just an easy spot to store the table, which is awkward
Yeah.
otherwise.
Yeah, they are.
And then it's the same sort of deal with this. This is for recovery tracks.
Yep.
This one was for max tracks, but we've also just done another version that has a really cool buckle. And we'll take treads as well, so take up to 4 treads.
Yep.
But the idea with this, again, sometimes getting to your recovery tracks can be one of those things, if you have it locked down, it's hard to get to quickly if you need to.
Yeah.
So the bag again just stays there. Just slide out your tracks.
Yep.
Do what you got to do. Slide them back in.
Strap it back
Strap
up.
it up, and away you go.
Yeah.
I'm just noticing more people, if they go out and get stuck, they're not using their tracks because they're locked down.
Yeah, they're a pain in the backside sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then you can easily, when you get home, you just unhook it, take it off the rack, and then you're not carrying it around all the time.
Yeah, it's just like anything. The easier it is to get to, the more you're going to use it.
Yeah. And it protects it from the sun, so it's going to last you a lot longer. So it's about keeping the gear in good nick so it'll last you as long as you can.
Yeah. Finished my coffee. Is it time for round 3?
Definitely, mate.
Yeah. I'm going to get another coffee on the go. Look, I think we've probably shown you guys enough of Jimmy's setup. We went pretty deep on some sections there. We could have gone deeper. There's a few other pieces that I left out. But, you know, if we try and put it all in there, I'm going to have to package this up, send it to Universal Studios and release it as a feature film.
Yeah, I'd be happy to bang on about it all day. So,
if you want to find Jimmy, you're pretty active on Instagram.
yes, yep. Grab me gear handle. That's it.
Yep, Grab Me Gear, all one word. Obviously, I've linked Grab Me Gear YouTube channel up in the description of this video. So pop over to Jimmy's channel. There's a couple of videos there now,
Yeah, there's a couple of things.
but be a couple more to come, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Jimmy.
Thank you, Alex. We appreciate the opportunity, mate. It's been fun. Cool.
Good on you. You get the billy on the go. I'm going to go
Alright.
grind the coffee.
Done.